Where did we come from? What was life like before we were born? And what will happen to us after our time here is over? These are just a few of the many questions that have kept humanity up at night throughout history. Questions about our origins have always been some of the most profound and important ones we've ever pondered. But in recent decades, scientists have made remarkable progress in answering one of them, the question of how the universe began. In 1931, Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe was expanding. This discovery suggested that everything must have started from a single point. But it wasn't until 1964 that Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson discovered the cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, which provided strong evidence for this theory. The Big Bang Theory states that the universe began as an infinitely small, hot, and dense singularity. Then around 13.8 billion years ago, it exploded into existence and expanded rapidly. As the universe expanded, it cooled and matter began to condense into stars and galaxies. Eventually, one of these galaxies would become our home, and life as we know it would eventually evolve. So, if we take the Big Bang Theory as our starting point, we can turn back the clock and see how it all began. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do just that as we explore the first moments of the universe in the video, the Big Bang, how it all began. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button for more videos exploring the fascinating things our universe has to offer. The Big Bang Theory suggests that our universe began as an infinitely small, incredibly dense, and unimaginably hot singularity. It was an extremely small point containing all the matter and energy that would eventually make up the stars, planets, galaxies, and everything else we can see around us today. But then something happened. We don't know exactly what it was or where it came from, but at some point the Big Bang happened, and in an instant, the universe expanded. In less than a second, it went from being unimaginably small to being 100 times larger than it is today. During this time, the universe was unimaginably hot, reaching temperatures of around 10 to the 32 degrees Celsius. For reference, the surface of the sun is only about 5,800 degrees Celsius. So this is many times hotter than anything we could ever create on Earth. At such high temperatures, atoms could not exist. Instead, there was a sea of subatomic particles floating around. As the universe continued to expand and cool, these particles began to combine and form the first element. Within seconds, the first atoms of hydrogen and helium were formed. The expansion of the universe continued and slowed down. Eventually, the universe had expanded 1,000 trillion times. This process took about 380,000 years. Finally, the universe had cooled enough for light to travel through the transparent plasma, and the cosmic microwave background radiation was released. After another 500 million years, gravity caused the hydrogen atoms to clump together, and the first stars began to form. It would take billions of years for these stars to form into galaxies, which would eventually evolve into the universe we know today. You may have heard that according to the Big Bang Theory. All the matter and energy that exists in the universe today was present in the beginning. This isn't entirely true. Scientists estimate that 95% of the mass of the universe is in the form of dark matter and dark energy. These substances make up 95% of the universe. But we still don't know much about them because they are invisible and we can only observe their gravitational effects. This means that while everything we can see did originate from that initial singularity, there may have been other things present in the beginning that we are unaware of. What existed before the Big Bang? If the Big Bang Theory is correct, then everything that exists in the universe today was created during the Big Bang. This raises the question, what existed before the Big Bang? To answer this question, we have to look at the flaws in the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory doesn't explain what happened before the Big Bang, nor does it explain what caused the Big Bang to happen in the first place. It also doesn't explain what happened before time began. There are a few different theories that attempt to explain what happened before the Big Bang. One is the oscillating universe theory, which suggests that the universe has been expanding and contracting forever. Another is the steady state theory, which suggests that the universe has always been the same and always will be. However, both of these theories have been largely discredited by evidence. Some scientists believe that our universe may have originated from a quantum fluctuation in a higher dimensional space. This is known as the eternal inflation theory. According to this theory, our universe is just one of many that are constantly being created in a higher dimensional space. Each universe has its own laws of physics and its own history. This means that there could be other universes that are very similar to ours, but with slight differences. Some of these universes may have slightly different physical laws, while others may have completely different histories. There may even be other universes where life evolved differently. Perhaps there are other universes where dinosaurs never went extinct, or where humans never evolved. According to the eternal inflation theory, there could be infinite other universes out there. The idea of multiple universes may sound far-fetched, but it's actually a well-supported scientific theory. There is evidence for it from both cosmology and particle physics. The first second, how the universe was born. When the universe was born, it was in a state of perfect balance. There was equal amounts of matter and antimatter. This meant that when the two particles came into contact, they would annihilate each other and release energy. However, scientists observed that there should have been equal amounts of matter and antimatter. But as we know, there is definitely more matter in the universe than antimatter. This led scientists to conclude that something must have happened in the first few seconds of the universe that caused this imbalance. They theorized that there must have been a process that destroyed the antimatter and left behind an excess of matter. This is known as baryogenesis. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly what caused this to happen, but they have a few theories. One is that the process occurred during the formation of the first elements. As the universe cooled, protons and neutrons began to combine to form the first atomic nucleus. This process could have led to an excess of matter over antimatter. Another theory is that the process occurred during the formation of the first particle. As the universe expanded, subatomic particles began to move around more slowly. This could have caused some of the particles to decay into other particles, leading to an excess of matter. Whatever the cause, This event was crucial for the development of the universe as we know it. If there hadn't been an excess of matter over antimatter, the matter and antimatter would have annihilated each other, leaving behind only radiation. This wouldn't have left behind any of the matter needed to form stars and planets, let alone life. Was the Big Bang really the beginning? While the Big Bang theory is widely accepted in the scientific community, it's not the only theory out there. In fact, there are a few alternative theories that attempt to explain how the universe began. One of the most popular alternatives is the steady-state theory. This theory was developed in the 1950s and suggests that the universe has always existed and always will exist. Proponents of the theory argue that the universe is infinite in both space and time, and that there is no beginning or end. Another alternative theory is the cyclical model. This theory suggests that the universe goes through cycles of expansion and contraction. During the expansion phase, the universe would look much like it does now. But during the contraction phase, the universe would begin to collapse in on itself. Eventually, everything would be drawn back together into a single point, and then the cycle would begin again. Finally, there is the plasma cosmology model. This theory suggests that the universe is made up of a plasma, and that the plasma is constantly evolving. The model argues that the plasma gives rise to all matter and energy in the universe. These are just a few of the alternate theories that have been proposed to explain how the universe began. However, none of these theories have been able to explain all of the evidence that we have observed. The Big Bang Theory is still the best explanation we have for how the universe began. As technology advances, we may be able to find new evidence that could help us better understand how the universe began. In the meantime, the Big Bang Theory remains the best explanation we have. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think happened in the first moments of the universe? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video for more content. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something new. Be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel to learn more about the amazing things our universe has to offer.